Well, good afternoon, Mia. Thank you for coming on Sports Talk with C.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, I seen on your Instagram. So before we began, I seen that you do mental health awareness and
Yes.
promoting. So let's have a mental health check-in. How you feeling on this wonderful Sunday afternoon?
I'm doing good, even though, I'm at school right now, but it's raining outside. I actually is doing pretty good. Mental health wise, I've been pretty good. We actually, start our season up. Like we play Iowa first game like next week.
Oh,
So
they're signing you up with a bang. Woo!
there's obviously some excitement, but there's some nerves too. So like that's honestly, besides everything, that's kind of like in the front of my mind. I'm just more excited. Like so mental health wise, I've been pretty good getting school done, getting my, basketball done, all that. So thank you for asking.
Of course. That's what's up. That's what I like to hear. Well, let us know who you are and where you're from.
So I'm Mia Andrews, and I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My family and I, we just moved to South Jersey, but we're from Philly. So, so we're from Philly. So yeah.
Okay, so what was like the culture in Philly? Did you have like a lot of basketball there, or did you have to go outside of Philly for
Yeah.
basketball?
Well, actually, my dad was a men's college coach at Swarthmore
Ooh.
College, so I was born pretty much playing basketball. Funny enough, I was actually named after Mia Hamm, the soccer player,
Okay.
because my mom's side of the family loves soccer. Argentina supports soccer,
Hmm.
blah, blah, blah. But I was like, this ain't for me. So, yeah. So, but in Philly, like my family and I grew up there and stuff like that. So it's kind of that like background, like. It's funny all the time because people will be saying, "Oh, you're from Philly." I'm like, "Yeah, we always have like a chip on our shoulder." So I feel like that's one thing when they're like, "Oh, you're from Philly." I'm like, "Yeah, we take it. We have a lot of pride with that." Like that's definitely one thing I would say. So like again, like I said, like I was born kind of into the game. So
Hmm.
with my dad and my sister also plays basketball too, my younger sister. So we kind of just been around it. So we just grew up with it. I would say like I actually for like my AAU and stuff like that, we would go. I played for the Philly Bells, so we would
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
AAU type. We would go over to New York and Jersey and kind of just the tri-state area and just playing so much good competition around the area and along with Philly too. So
So when you hear the word basketball, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
um that's a good question.
Thank
I
you.
would say happiness. Like
Ooh.
happiness. Like there's obviously, been in this game for a really long time. Like there's obviously some highs and lows, but like whenever I think of basketball, I just think of happiness because I've been playing it for I don't know, it's probably like I don't know, I'm 22 years old. So I've been playing it since I was like 3 or 4. So a really long time. So
Wow.
I would just say happiness. Like I've always been around it. So it's just something like whenever I'm having a bad day, just get in the gym, like just think like I'm just always happy with it.
That's what's up. So you said that you played for Philly Bells, and that's everyone knows who the AAU team Philly Bells is. One, what is the biggest thing you've learned from playing AAU and to add to your basketball game, I would say. And then two, what do you think is the biggest difference from when you played AAU to how AAU is like played now and put on the scene for our younger
Yeah.
generation?
Yeah. I mean, like when because I graduated high school in 2019. So hey you back then versus now, because my sister is in high school, senior in high school now, and she just finished her AAU, circuit and whatnot. And I'm just like looking like now I'm actually looking from the outside looking in. I'm like, I can't believe I did this playing, 3, 4 games a day until from 8 in the morning, 8 at night. I said my body can't do that now. Like I was like, I don't know if I could do that now, but like looking, I'm like, wow, like seeing how much the women's basketball has grown. I'm just like, especially not just for player development wise or anything like that. I'm just like, even just the fans alone, like just look
Hmm.
like at the WNBA, like the stats of how people like I'm like it's honestly growing. Like, but when I was in high school playing AU, it was like doing all of this again, Philly Bell, so Brianna Stewart,
You're right.
all pretty much legends that were came through there. And just kind of seeing how much it's really progressed. So I would say that's the biggest difference now, and I think lots of people outside looking in are seeing how much of an impact women's basketball is becoming, which
Right.
which is great because I'm playing this every day. It's so cool to see, people in the stands that like, oh, you're coming to my game. They're like, yeah, I love women's basketball. So it's kind of cool. And what was the first question you asked? I'm sorry.
It's okay. What is the big playing AAU basketball? How has that prepared you either for high school basketball and even going into college basketball?
Yeah, I would definitely say time management. I would say that, the high school I went to in Philly, or Archbishop Wood High School, when it was like it was kind of strict. So it actually, even though, in high school and college is a little bit different, it did prepare me when I came into college though, because, time management wise, got to be ready for practice at this time, got to go to class, like attend class, you got to go after, trying to socialize and stuff, which, it didn't really have time to, but trying to make the best of it, and try to enjoy as much of an experience as I can. But yeah, I would definitely say AAU has also prepared me for that too, because developing like relationships, just, in the inner circle, traveling to, different states like Tennessee, Florida with my teammates. And that was kind of an experience that I brought over to college to, enjoy as much as I can with the teammates and, go with my teammates to Iowa next week, so it's just trying to enjoy those little type of things.
That's good, and it's so good that you speak about enjoying basketball because, sometimes there's kids that take it so serious and they don't know anything outside of basketball. So it's so good to hear you speak about, and doing things, you could still have basketball, but, still enjoy other things. So I have to ask, because you said your dad was a coach. So I never played, but my brother played basketball, and my mom was crazy at his basketball games.
Yeah.
So was dad like the crazy dad in the fans, or was he like the crazy coach after the game?
I would like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I brought that up to him me and my sister brought that up to him several weeks ago or months ago. We were like, yo, you were like, he wasn't that like type of dad, like, oh my gosh, you got, no. He was like type of silent, like you could see all over his face.
The silent assassin.
Something. And we were like, nah, we don't even want to look at him because we already know, but honestly, I would say that kind of built me into the player I am today. Like there's, some highs and lows with that because of like lots of people are saying, like, oh my gosh, you're putting too much pressure on her, blah, blah, when I was younger, but it's honestly my dream to play Division I basketball. And he knew, and he knows that for my sister, and she's going to North Carolina A&T next year.
Nice.
So for basketball. So it's like, honestly, that's, that was our goal when we were younger. So he like, even like, it's kind of tough love. Like, it's going to be like that. So like, there's highs and lows to it. But at the end of the day, like, I'm where I'm needed, wanted, like I'm, made it here. So yeah, so sometimes, we, didn't like it, but at the end of the day, like, he just wanted us to be better.
I know that's right, Dad. Saying in this moment right now, speaking of, you said you always wanted to play Division I basketball, and that's what you're doing. It's October 29th at 3:10 in the afternoon. What would you tell your younger self today?
I would say just trust the process. Sorry, that sounds like a Philly thing, but
No.
but honestly, yeah, because I think like you mentioned, like I was that type of player that still kind of is today, but is like always like, serious, like trying to like, oh my gosh, I want this done. But honestly, trusting the process, like everything will eventually work out. Because I'm always so like, oh my gosh, this is not gonna like, I tend to overthink, which
Right.
comes to the mental health type of thing. I feel like most athletes go through, so it's kind of just like having that trust and, work ethic of just, continue to put the work in, continue what you do, and just everything will eventually work out.
I know that's right. And that, yes, it will definitely work out, especially, putting that work in and believing in yourself. How did you know, you knew that you wanted to play Division I basketball, but how did you know what school was right for you, your game, the right coaching staff? Like when someone was coming up to you looking for advice on that whole process, what is something that you would tell them? And then also like, what was your experience? Was it easy? Was it hard? And how did you know that, FDU is the school for you?
Yeah, so one thing I would say is really trust your gut. Because sometimes with recruiting, it tends, the glitz and glamour and all of that. I would just say like trust your gut. Because honestly, before I came to FDU, I actually went Division II. I went to
Okay.
Charleston in West Virginia. So I went there first, and it was like kind of trusting my gut, before COVID and everything
Right.
else. I transferred, but eventually came here. So I would just say, even coming here, like trusting my gut and like having that feeling like, yeah, this is where I'm wanted, needed. One of the biggest things also is developing like relationship with the head coach or any like all the coaches as much as you can. Get as much information that you can, and really like I like to do pros and cons lists like with everything.
Okay.
I actually think it through, because I don't want to be that type of person that like makes a irrational decision because, oh my gosh, like they have this thing in their locker room, So
Right.
for me, it was very important to look at, everything, how I felt, how, the energy, how they felt along with my parents, because I'm really big on family and stuff, how they felt with my family. So yeah, I would definitely take that into consideration.
That's what's up. And how important, because I've heard so many stories of whether you just a coach can either hurt your dreams or make them really come true. So how important is just to have that relationship on and off the court when it comes to your coaching staff?
Yeah, it's very important. I know for here as like at FDU, my all the whole entire coaching staff looks at myself and my teammates of how I am as a person off the court and then as a player. Like they care for both, and I think that's so important, especially in times that we are today. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's so important because one thing they always said is that you're not just a player, you're also Mia off the court. And that like really hit me, because I've had some coaches where it's like, just me the player, just stick with that. But like, didn't
Right.
really look on the outside of, off the court. I'm goofy both on and off the court. So it's kind of both, both ways. But it's important for your like to develop that type of relationship with your coaches to determine that. Like I feel like, and it kind of goes both ways, like the coach and the player, developing that coach player type of bond. That's important.
I know that's right. And I love hearing that more often, that the coaching is getting better and not the stories that I used to hear.
Yeah.
But if someone was to ask you who is, you know, Mia, the basketball player, what is 3 words you would say?
I would say energetic, tough, and I had this other word too. Hold on.
Energetic, tough,
Tough,
beep,
and
beep, 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 beep,
I'll say a
beep,
good
beep.
teammate. I
I
know it's
know
not a
that's
word,
right.
but I would say a good teammate.
It's a characteristic. Hey, it works.
Yeah, I think that's one of the important things, especially in college, like, because I feel like you don't really see it as often. Like being a good teammate can go such a long way. Um, yeah, so I would say be a good teammate.
And what would you think your teammates would describe you as a basketball player?
uh, I would think they would say tough. I'll
Okay,
just say tough.
tough.
Yes.
All right. What makes you, because you even said it about yourself, what makes you this tough, energetic, and, a teammate to have on your squad?
Yeah, I think it's kind of goes back to what we mentioned about Philly, like having that chip on your shoulder. Because for my basketball journey, it's been a long basketball journey. So I feel like I've always had continue to have that chip on my shoulder. I think that's one of the things that my teammates can say. That just never giving up on plays, box outs, or anything like that. So or scoring or anything. So just do anything for them.
I know that's right. And when you say a long journey, what does that consist of?
Yeah, so my journey in I'll go from high school to college. So I went in high school, I won 2 state championships and then one league championship. And then I got to college, started at the University of Charleston, West Virginia, and then I went JUCO for 2 years. So,
Hmm.
and then I in Japola College in Florida, and then I came up here for this is my second year at FDU. So it's been a really long journey, long path, but I'm really grateful for everything that I've experienced so far.
And how did you get that to keep going?
Yeah, honestly, it's actually stemmed from my family, because my interestingly enough, my dad was like, hey, like if you transfer, especially during COVID, it was very hard. Like, you know, no one was really going anywhere because of how it was, you know? So my dad was like, hey, if you really gonna go this route, you know, you have to have faith through it. So, you know, having faith and just putting that work ethic in and just continue to grind, and now I'm here. So
where you want to be. Speaking of that journey, and you said it's long and you had to, you know, keep your faith and keep going. What is one thing that you take away from this journey thus far, and say something that has made you something strong about who you are as a person?
Yeah, I would say that honestly, throughout this, it's kind of like betting on myself. Because there's so many, like obviously, like I mentioned, there's so many times where I could have just given up. I could have been like, I don't want to do this no more. After JUCO, maybe I don't want to do this, you know. But like I had that like betting on myself, like I know I can do this, and I, you know, continue to have that dream. Like I'm not gonna really stop until I get there. Because look,
I know that's right.
But you know,
I know, don't you stop either. Keep going.
So it's like just having, and also so much support behind me, from family to friends, and just saying like, you know, keep going, keep going, keep going. So just kind of having that in mind as well, like honestly, you know, continue to pave the way.
That's right. That is right. You know, you got this big game coming up. Season's about to start, but like, you know, I know that's nerve-wracking. But it's like, what are some personal goals for you and for your team?
Personal goals for me is, like I mentioned, to be the best teammate I can, to be the best player I can, you know, whatever the coaches need, be there. You know, I'm one of technically 4 seniors on the team, so trying to make, you know, put that leadership position in and just do as much as I can for the team, anything that's needed. And for the team goal, I would say is to win our conference championship, because last year we were like so close. We were just so close to
gonna go and take it this year, right?
Yes, like honestly, I think that's one of the things, like I know in my forethought, like that's one of the things that like I think we want to accomplish, and you know, just get there and just eventually, you know, if we win that, go into the tournament and just leave up the rest of God. Pretty much.
Put it all on the floor.
Put it all on the floor.
Okay. Now we're gonna get into some fun questions.
Okay.
So if you were in the game with, you know, 2.5 seconds left on the clock, game is tied, would you rather make a defensive stop or shoot it on the offensive end?
And you said there's 2.5 seconds left?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope my coach don't kill me for this one. But I would probably say defensive stop. Like
okay.
I feel like defense is my bread and butter. So
hey, let's go.
And just, you know, and then do the rest in overtime for real.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right. Okay. Top 3 basketball movies.
Movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Love and Basketball.
Of course.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the ones my dad always showed me when I was little. I'll probably say White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
That's looking a good one.
That's a good one.
And Coach Carter.
Okay, all right. You got some good ones. Okay, all right. If you were given 24 hours to work out with anyone, who would it be?
You said work out with anyone?
Or work out, get advice, play one-on-one, anything with NBA, WNBA, college, whoever.
Kobe Bryant. Like, yeah, like that one hit me hard, especially from Philly. So that was like, you know, dang. But yeah, if it had to, I would say Kobe Bryant.
Okay. And if you weren't playing basketball, was there any other sport that you would consider yourself playing or even trying?
Yeah, I would do soccer, because eventually, even though when I grew up, I did start playing soccer a little bit, but then I was like, I like basketball more. So if I wasn't, I probably would be doing soccer.
Okay, all right. And is there anybody in this, either college, you know, teammates, past teammates, WNBA, NBA, where you say either like to look at their game, to learn from, study their game, or whoever, or whatever?
Yeah. I'm actually really, like, I haven't talked to her in a minute, but she's one of my mentors, Tasha Cloud. 'Cause
Ooh.
I actually I've actually met when
And
she
she,
was at St. Joe's, and I remember like we were looking at her game, and it was like me and my intramural type team when I was in Philly, and we were just looking at St. Joe's, and like throughout like the years in high school, middle school, and a little bit into college, like I just always kept up with her, and she's done great things at the Mystics, so
yes, especially
I
on the
definitely look up
defensive
to her.
end. Hello.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's different. That is different. Okay, so you got this big game coming up. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in, cheering you on. But I know there's like rituals, right? I
Yes.
had some people tell me they have to drink a Gatorade. There's some my last interview told me that she had to listen to a certain song. How you gonna get ready to just, keep your nerves down and make sure, when your number's called, it's go time.
Yes, ma'am. My ritual is I like to take showers before a game. Like that's my just
Never
like
heard
that's
that
just
one.
my like,
Okay.
zen
At least
shower
you're
energy,
clean.
energy, clean energy, starting from scratch. And then whenever I listen to music, I just be putting on I don't be putting on sad stuff because I'm an energetic person. I can't be in my feelings playing against Caitlin Clark. I can't do that. So,
You need some hype music.
put some R&B, some just calm type music, chill music, and then that's mostly about it.
I would have to get I would have some rap in my ears because I need to be hype. What? I'll be up on a court bopping
Now,
like
see,
this.
the thing is I'm already like energetic. So if I'm energetic, I just start going like this. I'm like Bugs Bunny or something. I don't know, but
And what is your goals after you're done with school?
yeah. So technically, I have one more year of eligibility. I have like for my 5th year.
Hmm.
I'm considering, and this is highly considering, becoming a GA. Like, so
Okay.
I want to stay with basketball, just if I'm not playing, but stay with basketball. So I actually, as I'm in the GA program for
Okay.
WBA, so hopefully that goes well, and continue success there. So yeah, so I've been talking with my coaches. They've been a tremendous help, and just trying to get me onto that path from the player to coach. So yeah.
That's what's up. All right, now we're gonna have a Coach Andrews out there soon. Now talk to him. So I'm big on like our future and doing all this for our youth. If anyone came up to you looking for advice, what would you tell them about being a basketball player?
Like I mentioned before, enjoy it because it goes by quick. Like, I feel like I was just yesterday starting to dribble and now I'm here, like it goes by really fast. So I would just say any level, enjoy it. Enjoy it as much as you can, get so much knowledge, be a sponge. My parents always said that. Now I'm, putting into effect, be a sponge, get as much information as you can, because you never know if that experience, knowledge will help you down the line. And I know it has for me. So
Knowledge is power.
ma'am.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you, Mia, for coming on Sports Talk with C and, coming
Thank
up, chop it up with your girl. Uh, Good luck with next week. I'll definitely be tuning in, just like you said, be calm, go out there and do your thing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.